What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing something really cool and really fun. We're going on a pretty long road trip with none other than the G80 M3. Specifically, we're going to be driving to Maryland, which I think is about 200 and something miles away, almost 300 miles away. And then midway in the trip, we're going to take a drive to Keys Motorsports for their Cars and Coffee event, where a whole bunch of sick cars are going to be hitting the dyno. And then on the way back, we're going to be taking a ferry ride. A ferry where we can park the M3 back to where we're staying in Maryland. So it's going to be an adventure. It's actually meant to be a vacation for me and my wife. But I thought we can get some cool content out of it. It might be interesting. We are taking the M3, so, I mean, come on, might as well film it, right? We are going to be heading out in about 2 or 3 hours or so. I'm gonna try my best to wash the car beforehand.
Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it.
No, you're not gonna be. Alright guys, we just left. We have 4 hours and 7 minutes with an ETA of almost 1 a.m. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The M3 is packed, we're ready to go. We left late because of her, not because of me. And we are off about 250 miles, ETA of about 1 a.m. until we get there. Overall, it was a pretty easy drive until, unfortunately, we hit a good patch of rain and I might have hydroplaned. But we don't talk about that. Thankfully, the rain didn't last very long. It cleared up and it was a pretty smooth drive the rest of the way. Pretty boring, pretty anticlimactic. It was obviously dark the whole way. Even when we got closer to the beach and all that, you couldn't really see anything because it was so dark. But thankfully, we finally made it. So officially 12:36.
Yeah, let's get inside the hotel, please.
All right, I'm coming. We just got here. We literally just booked it straight here. Sorry I didn't film too much of the drive, but it was pretty boring and you couldn't see anything. But the M3 did great. We did hydroplane, we hit some rain. So that was fun. But overall, it did fine. Hopefully in the morning, we'll get some better views though. Dude, it looks so sick. Look at that thing. Parked all the way in the back. Sheesh. What is that? Is that poop? Look who parked next to us. Parking far from everyone else. So the next day, we actually ended up ditching the M3. We didn't know what parking was gonna be like, so we actually ended up taking the bus. We spent the entire day at the beach, in the boardwalk, just walking around, hanging out, checking out Ocean City. Overall, it's pretty cool. Nothing too crazy, but they have a lot of places to eat, a lot of places to get ice cream, which was definitely trouble for me. So the next day we're going to Keys Motorsports for that Cars and Coffee, so obviously we had to fill up gas. I literally did not fill up gas since the first drive. We used the original tank. Otherwise, we didn't do too much that day. We ended up waking up super early to get to Keys Motorsports. We had another about like 200 plus miles or so just to get to the Cars and Coffee. So we ended up waking up at like 5:30 a.m. We got to see the beautiful sunrise as we were driving. Definitely a much more pleasant drive now that we can actually see around us and it wasn't so dark. You can see the water from a distance. It was honestly really nice and it was really cool to do this drive in the M3 out of all cars. Don't get me wrong, I love the other cars, but there's just something special about being in the M3. And the nice thing too, guys, is the M3 is actually doing pretty well on gas. On this drive specifically, we're getting about like 30 miles per gallon, which I think ended up being the best fuel economy that I got this entire trip. And then we also ended up seeing what was one of my favorite cars, an M2 in my favorite color, black. Alright guys, it's been a while since I picked up the actual camera, but we're on our way to New Jersey, or actually we're already in New Jersey right now. So we went from Maryland to New Jersey. We have an hour and, that was a Mustang. We have an hour and 16 minutes until we get to Keys Motorsports. But as you guys can see, we are officially up to 6,500 miles on M3. We've been getting about, what is beeping on the car? The heck? That was weird. Anyways, we've been getting about like 30 miles per gallon on this trip right now. We have an hour and 15 minutes left to go and 79 miles. And we're supposed to get there at 8:52, which is good timing because Why does it feel like there's AC coming out of here? Is it just cold outside? It's actually cold. We'll hopefully see some cool cars parked up, some cool cars on the dyno, and then on the way back, we're going to take the ferry. So we're gonna put the M3 on a ferry, which I don't know how that's gonna go. I've been scraping absolutely everywhere that I go. Like literally every place over here to get in and out of like the driveways of the parking lots is insane. Anyways, while my wife is getting her coffee, let's hop out the car real quick. Oh, stretch out the old legs. It's looking good. We have just a whole bunch of dirt everywhere. We'll use some like quick detailer and clean that once we get there. Tires are really dirty. Bunch of brake dust. It is actually chilly outside. Sheesh. Anyways, guys, people are looking at me like I'm crazy over here. So I'm gonna put the camera down, but I'll catch you guys at Keys Motorsports.
I'm transforming now these cars.
So we got Brian's Porsche, the M3, and what's really cool, if you guys have been following the channel on Keys Motorsports, the M340, which at this point has a, no, it's actually not a carbon hood, carbon doors, no mirrors, fully gutted, roll cage, racing seat, racing steering wheel, a whole carbon roof, more carbon doors, some, of course, meaty beadlock tires, carbon trunk, and a freaking parachute. They are going absolutely crazy on this thing, but it's so cool to see. So if you guys haven't been watching the Keys Motorsports channel, definitely check it out because that thing looks insane.
Champagne Perrier, finished friends on my face, looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers, pockets deep, deep, deep.
That's a mercy. Oh my God, no BMW is gonna sound that good. Guys, there's so many cars that showed up, which is awesome. This lineup is going crazy. I was expecting cars to be here. Oh, there's a cop right there. I was not expecting it to be this much. It's a good mix too. Like we have some Corvettes, we had the Mercy that drove by, got a whole bunch of stuff. E92. I still need one of these, man. At some point. Oh, there's Brian. I'm sure he's taking care of some more important things right now. But yeah, E92 one day. One day we will get one. Once my wife says I can. We got a GT3 RS. That's sick. That's a nice color, blue. Oh, that's your favorite blue.
Yeah, that is Miami blue.
It's not Miami blue, but it looks like it's more pastel-y than Miami blue.
The pastel version.
Yeah, I forgot what they call it, but it's a sick color. That's a really nice blue. That's my wife's favorite color. That's really nice blue. Got some sick cars, dude. Oh, look at the convertible M4 with the red guts. That's fire. This is also really nice, tasteful. Got skyscraper gray M340, red seats. Nothing crazy, but you know, this is still a lot of car. Don't let the masses of cars fool you guys. Like, when you come to a show like this, I feel like a peasant in my M3. Like, people get so caught up in these car shows and they think that this is just the norm, and M340 is a sick car compared to like regular traffic. So yeah, something I still kind of fall for. Like legit, I parked up and I told my wife, is like, man, I feel like the M3 is like basic traffic compared to all these modified cars and then individual colors left and right, Porsches, Lamborghinis. Like, don't fall for the trap. We got an E30. This is another car, guys, I eventually want to get. An E30 3 Series and just restore it, like legit project car. But we'll see. I gotta say, guys, I think I've seen 2 Supras in this whole event. One there, and then one over there in that sick blue. I don't know what it's called, but that just makes me, like, it kind of emphasizes how much I love the Supra, because as much as I love the G80, legit, everyone in these car shows has them. The Supra, only seen 2. They feel a lot more special and unique. Like, look at this blue. That's sick. That's really nice. Would I get it? Probably not. I like black, but it's still sick. Dude, this was the spec I was originally gonna get. Skyscraper gray with red interior.
I like the skyscraper.
Right? It actually does look.
Really
I kind of regret not.
I didn't realize that was the skyscraper. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah,
really
it
good.
looks really good with the red.
Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah, we got McLarens, Porsches, GT4, but yeah, dude, this is like.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, he has carbon ceramic brakes too.
Yeah, that's a nice color.
With the red interior.
Yeah.
Man, maybe I should have done that. His wheels are clicking like mine do. Look at this cutie.
Hey, what's up?
Definitely have a line. for the dyno. Oh, I was wrong, guys. We have one more Supra in red, which is another color I actually would have really liked. Red or yellow. I like these wheels. Yeah. All right, so 3 Supras. Still not too many. I'm trying to get a shot so you guys can see just how many cars there are here, like how big this space is. They basically leveled out all of this, put this gravel, which is really cool because now keys can have like their own events consistently back here. Like look how much space, other than all the space we saw over there, they now have all this. You can fit a lot of cars just over here. 4 Series Grand Coupe. Sticks, where you at? JD. All right, we are heading out. We only really got to see Brian's car on the dyno. They pushed out 950, by the way. I tried to get the sheet, but overall, nice event. They're apparently gonna do this more often. They're saying like once, oh, sorry, man. Like once a quarter. So we'll try to come back each time. So after the cars and coffee, we had to stop off and get some food. We ended up getting some Mexican food, which was honestly my favorite food I had this entire trip, which was pretty funny. So after that, we ended up beelining it straight to the ferry, which thankfully wasn't a far drive, but when we got there, there was a super long line, and we ended up waiting there a super long time just to get loaded up onto the ship. But when it was finally our turn, I'm not gonna lie guys, I was super anxious. I didn't know if I was gonna scrape and rip off the front lip on this weird ramp. You guys will notice everyone around me is in SUVs and in some cases even RVs. I was the only one in a lowered sports car of any kind. But overall, it was pretty cool. I mean, how often do you get to drive your sports car onto a ferry? This might be normal for some people, but for me, it definitely was not. It was definitely an experience. But I gotta say though, the M3 was super crammed in there. I mean, just look guys. Literally all large cars around me, and I was the only idiot in a lowered sports car. But hey, like I said, it was an experience, it was cool. Probably a once in a lifetime thing for this M3. Don't know if I'll end up doing it again, but you know, we'll see. Next time though, I definitely want to get a spot on the front. I kind of wish I was one of the first cars. You guys can see all the water right by your car. I don't know, I think it would have made for a really cool shot with the M3. Right there you can see the ramp that they use to get the cars onto the ferry. It's definitely really cool and interesting. Again, an experience. Overall, the ferry was pretty chill, nothing too crazy. They have spots where you can get food and stuff like that, but it was nice just to hang out, check out the water. The whole ride was about like an hour, hour and a half or so. Really, on the drive, it doesn't save you much time. Arguably, it probably makes your trip even longer, but we figured we'd just do it for the experience. Thankfully though, it went by pretty quickly and we got to get off the ship. If you guys see on the left side right over there, there was a cop that started walking closer to the M3. He ended up giving me a thumbs up, but I'm not gonna lie, I got super nervous and paranoid that he was gonna pull me over or something, so I ended up dropping the camera. Oops. After that though, we just made a beeline straight back to where we were staying in Ocean City. Again, just driving through here in the M3 and the actual daylight was so much cooler. Definitely way more scenic. And of course guys, you know, once I got back to the hotel, I had to park far away from everybody else. The next day, I ended up taking the M3 out to get some brunch right by the water, which is really nice. We actually took the M3 out this time. Since we knew where to park and all that, we're a little more brave. On the way though, we ended up seeing some pretty interesting cars. That's not a Hummer, that's a literal Humvee, which is hilarious. A Civic Type R, which is pretty cool. And honestly, we just ended up spending the last day on the beach and the boardwalk, hanging out, just enjoying the different restaurants and just kind of enjoying our time. It is officially 5 p.m. on Monday, and as you guys can see, the M3 is back home, safe and sound. I did not end up filming that last drive from Maryland to New York because, well, it got a little repetitive. It was basically just highway driving. But as you guys can see, we are currently sitting at 6,998 miles. 2 miles shy of 7,000 miles, which is still nothing, but it's pretty crazy because we put 1,000 miles on this M3 in a weekend where the other 6,000 miles came over the course of 2 years. So pretty crazy. We definitely put the M3 through its paces. I mean, half the time we weren't even driving it. We were taking the bus. That was honestly just because it was easier, but we did take the M3 around a good amount. And as you guys can see, it still did pretty well. Like, I was actually worried about rock chips and stuff like that. I don't think I got any. At least I hope I didn't. I think most of this is just dirt and stuff like that. So I think we're good. Otherwise, the car is filthy. I mean, you just look at the brakes. Remember, I actually wiped this thing down really quickly for the keys, cars, and coffee. Like, look at the rear. Yeah, this thing is filthy. And as you guys saw, I washed this before I left. Anyways, the car did great, other than the one time we hydroplaned on the way there, which I didn't catch on camera. That was pretty sketchy. But otherwise, the car did great. We got pretty decent gas mileage, like 27 to 30 miles per gallon. Mainly like 27 miles per gallon. There's only like one time I got 30 because it was like only highway. The car definitely got a good amount of attention. A lot of people stopped me and took pictures of it or asked me to rev it, to their disappointment because the car does not sound good. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. I know this was a bit of a different video for me. Probably a good amount of voiceovers because I wasn't really vlogging like I normally do. Because that, I don't know, I feel like it's weird to vlog in restaurants and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. I definitely want to do another like proper road trip with the M3. One that I can actually drive a little more spiritedly, go on some like back roads and stuff like that. But if you guys enjoyed this type of video, let me know because I'll happily do more. But anyways, with that said, this video is pretty much done. I'll catch you guys in the next one because I just want to go to sleep, man. Peace.